sweet dreams. There's the 420s.
Your answers belong to me.
Whiteboard sin touch. A new one every week. Beautiful Hurricane Rana from Gabriel. And there's the unholy roller. You're gonna die, AJ Styles. How does that feel? Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to your #1 pro wrestling destination. We're also the #1 pro wrestling alternative, NWA Wildside. Thank you for joining us. Stephen Prazak, along with Dan the Dragon Wilson. Last week, we left you with an amazing match featuring the Messiah of the Spinebuster, meeting up with quarter-ton plus of no-pain train Iceberg in a rematch of sorts from the War Games at Freedom Fight 2002. At Freedom Fight 2002, you saw David Young take Iceberg off that top turnbuckle, spinebuster him, and pin him. Did we get a repeat performance last week on Wildside? Afraid not. Due to the shenanigans of Jeff Bailey, David Young actually in the middle of a pin, Iceberg on top of David Young. Young actually had his leg on that bottom rope. Jeff G. Bailey, in his infinite wisdom, knocked it off in the nick of time, unbeknownst to the referee. How convenient. But that was last week. This is this week.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on NWA Wildside, your main event, also stemming from what happened in the War Games match at Freedom Fight 2002, John Phoenix returning to Jeff G. Bailey's side, and the NWA Elite and NWA Wildside teaming with the Soul Assassin, Rainman, to take on one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions and the NWA TNA X Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, his tag team partner, the new Wildside Heavyweight Champion, all that Adam Jacobs. The World's Junior Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Hell, we got an hour chock full of wrestling, so let's get to it.
Last month, the National Wrestling Alliance unleashed TNA, total non-stop action. And now the saga continues with world-class superstars, including the one and only Scott Hall, former world champion Jeff Jarrett, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, hardcore midget mayhem, and feel the heat from the TNA girls. Every Wednesday night at 8, TNA, total non-stop action. Wednesdays will never be the same. Call your local cable operator or satellite provider to order.
And introducing his opponent.
On order.
From Kentwood, Louisiana, weighing in at 220 pounds, Dustin.
And Dustin, as per Jeff G. Bailey's instructions, has no music, has no flashing lights, has no dry eyes. Jeff G. Bailey consistently, week in and week out, has stripped Dustin of everything. Well, looks like, is Dustin even here?
Not again. We already had to see this in Freedom Fight.
I thought this was supposed to be, because Freedom Fight didn't take place at Freedom Fight, they're, oh, for Pete's sake. Looks like Dustin once again is being, oh, here comes Dustin now. And I don't think either Kevin Harden, the winner, or Jeff Bailey realizes, good heavens, Dustin is systematically obliterating the winner, Kevin Harden, before our very eyes.
As every fine American should. Spinning head scissors by Dustin. He's had his mental stability, his manhood, his dignity, his gimmick, his personality, and each and every other thing he holds dear stripped away from him by Jeff G. Bailey. He can't take it anymore. This is the handicap match, and I cannot wait until Dustin gets his hands on that slimy cretin, the attorney, Jeff G. Bailey, the Wildside CEO.
But I'm sure Bailey has to have explicit instructions to Kevin Harden to never tag him in. However, Harden's having quite a hard time of it with Dustin.
Exploder suplex by Dustin. Clothesline over the top rope.
Looks like Dustin has been spending some of his free time in the gym. He is ripped to shreds, which is not good news for Kevin Harden, and it's real bad news for Jeff Bailey, which is good news for the rest of the free world. Okay, this is what we came to see.
Hit him right in the mouth.
Dustin going after Jeff Bailey. Uh-oh, Kevin Harden sneaking up from behind. Obviously something that Bailey and Harden had planned in advance. Very clever.
And Jeff G. Bailey's mafioso hairstyle stays completely intact. 2 count only.
That's a hairstyle? It's a good thing he doesn't smoke. He'd ignite.
The winner, Kevin Harden, going to work on Dustin as Jeff G. Bailey gloats on the outside.
Kevin Harden with a belly. Go figure.
The winner learned a couple of moves.
Well, if you're going to be called the winner, you need to be able to back it up somehow and have some pro wrestling background and some ability. And Kevin Harden is, in fact, showing it here this week. Hell, the boss is in his corner. He better be. But it's Dustin, a man who's had everything taken away from him, who's got so much he's got to prove.
And Jeff G. Bailey literally possesses this man's contract, which means he can do whatever he pleases with him and whatever he pleases with his future.
It's kind of a Jeff Bailey's bent on the Faust story. Bizarre stuff. Kevin Harden now charging into Dustin. Dustin is, in fact, having a big chop. Dustin is having a hard time with the winner here this week on Wildside.
Many would say Dustin sold his soul to the devil, or even worse, Jeff G. Bailey.
That's the Faustian story.
I kind of got that. I was elaborating for those that didn't
know.
know.
Thank you. Good comeback, Dan. Your secret's safe with me. It's a slap fest, and Dustin wins in that exchange. Good heavens. Thunderous chops across the chest of the winner. Mercy.
Purple nurple action for the winner. Reversal. Into the corner, the winner charges. Dustin gets a boot to the face. Dustin coming from the second row. Big neck breaker. Beautiful maneuver.
Dustin is on fire here this evening. I tell you, for the man who seemingly has been stripped of everything, he's sure shown plenty here this evening.
He's got nothing left to lose.
Wait a second. Dustin shoves the winner into Jeff Bailey, and that is considered a tag. And Bailey's actually going into the ring. Hot.
Okay.
What's Bailey got planned?
He's always got a trick up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Bailey's not going to face this guy one-on-one. Let's get his ass kicked.
Or is he? Jeff Bailey, he's running backwards. We've seen that once or twice. This may not be a Greco-Roman masterpiece here between... Well, Dustin's right, but he goes after... He goes after the winner, and... What? But Bailey's... What's Bailey smiling about?
We've entered a bad episode of Star Trek.
Now, Bailey pins
I am so confused right now.
Wait a second. Bailey just pinned, albeit with his one hand, just pinned his tag team partner, and now he's instructing Dustin to go to town on Kevin Harden. I need subtitles.
You know, you have truly earned the name of Lazarus. For 2 years, I tried to beat you down. First it was with Onyx, then it was with Adam Jacobs, and now it's crystal clear to all these people with the winner. You have finally been reborn. A man who had died, who had been stripped of everything, and has been reborn and re-Christianed, truly Lazarus. And now you will have your music back. You'll have your lights back. And I have one last special thing for you.
I just want to hug you for making me the man I am. Because for 2 years, all these people laughed at me. And every time I had to touch one of these fat, disgusting, gross people, I wanted to puke, especially you sitting there laughing in the front row. I'm not a joke anymore.
That's right. He's a true man who hates every single one of you people, and who can blame him? Because, my God, I would call you people worthless, but then that gives value to the word worth, and you certainly have none of that. Now, Lazarus, to make sure to keep you on the straight and narrow, I want to introduce your new valet, the sexalicious Nisa. She's all yours to do whatever you want with.
The sexalicious Nita with Lazarus, who now is operating under the approval of...
Finally, he has become a real man and has earned a standing ovation from all you idiots. My God, I said clap, you morons. Christ, are you too retarded to clap?
I am completely numb.
Let me tell you something. Every day of my life has been a challenge. Everyone has tried to hold me back. Everyone has tried to hold me down. Jeremy Lopez, let me tell your ass something. Next week, my title shot is coming. So you better look out, because the real Slim J's coming for you, Buster.
Rick Michaels cleaning house with a baseball bat this week. It's Murder One and Rick Michaels. And I don't think these are best buddies. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, well, when Murder One, formerly known as Homicide, was inducted into Jeff G. Bailey's NWA Elite, his initiation was bloodying Rick Michaels up with a barbed wire set of brass knuckles. Homicide has refound himself as Murder One. He felt that he was getting too much in a basic wrestling niche.
Basic?
with his
Homicide?
partner Rainman.
Basic? Were you kidding me?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
All right, go ahead.
They had done the training with Blackout, with Dory Funk Jr., but in all of that, Homicide, trying to become more of a technical wrestler, felt he lost his feel for the streets. He felt he lost his hard edge. He felt he lost his cutting edge, the thing that made him Homicide, the thing that made him a killer. So he went back to the streets, and he went back to his brawling tactics and changed his name and changed his attitude. Now he's Murder One, and he's out here to do nothing but cause people pain in NWA Wildside.
That man needs some serious psychological help.
We've known that for a long time.
Oh, good heavens, Murder One just dumped Rick Michaels off that top rope. Andrew Thomas would be in his element and actually would have his right to disqualify Homicide for doing just that. But obviously a lot of leniency shown here. Murder One choking the life out of Rick Michaels. Boy, fisticuffs are flying here this week.
Murder One's former tag team partner, Rainman, coincidentally or not, bloodied up the original Chosen One, Rick Michaels, at Freedom Fight 2002. That's something fans will only see on home video. Flapjack by Murder One.
Because they wouldn't let us air that on national television.
That was called by Dave Meltzer, Larry Goodman, and several others in the wrestling industry from the reporting faction. The bloodiest match in recent wrestling history.
Matter of fact,
Rick
I believe
Michaels alone.
That's true. As a matter of fact, I believe we're getting our own American Red Cross chapter here in Cornelia based on a very same match.
That was the most disgusting bloodbath I've seen as a 21-year fan of wrestling. That was the most disgusting bloodbath I think anyone in the NCW arena has experienced. Jess McGrath from OneLifeWrestling.com, who said he was a regular at ECW arena events, said he'd never seen anything quite that bloody. And Rainman defeated Rick Michaels thanks to interference from Jeff G. Bailey. Rick Michaels is trying to settle his score here with Murder One, who was the man that drew first blood on Michaels, and then he's got his sights set on Rainman. But he better watch his back in all cases when dealing with men like this.
That is true. How tight Rainman is with the newly rechristened Murder One, I'm not quite sure. But Murder One by himself is a dangerous, dangerous man. But Rick Michaels has seen all shapes and sizes and types. And he's being tired of being monkeyed around. Look at a pin attempt. But Rick Michaels about the legs of Murder One all tied up in the ropes. Boy, fists are flying from the original Chosen One. Michaels has had it up to here with the chicanery.
There's the double shot. Oh my God, it's New Jack.
Oh no! Andrew Thomas getting out of the ring, asking for the bell to be rung. Murder One disqualified here. The original gangsta New Jack. How can we miss this guy if he doesn't go away? New Jack and Murder One. My God, what a tandem that is.
New Jack and Murder One have been wreaking havoc in the Northeast. When Homicide was suspended by Bill Barron, here comes Tank.
Here comes Tank. Tank in that a very valuable assist here. Get rid of Murder. Whoa, mercy. New Jack with a weapon.
New Jack with that carving tool.
Oh no, just fucking just open up Tank. Oh no.
Oh dear Lord.
Looks like we're in for another bloodletting here this week on Wildside.
4 justifiable homicides from the original gangster New Jack, and he's reliving his days as a bounty hunter. And you're carving Tank up, but it's nothing new for the original gangster.
Grotesque. New Jack and Murder One. I hope we're censoring some of this. This is gross. I wish I had a censoring mechanism here. All this grotesque. New Jack and Murder One just destroying Tank. Rick Michaels going backstage, hopefully to get some help. I'll say help. The ticking time bomb. Scottie Wrenn and a chair. New Jack and Murder One decide to let the bloodletting subside ever so briefly. Are we going to have to put up with this New Jack Murder One tandem week after week here at Wildside?
I dread it if it's the case, because these guys will kill you. They will cut you straight up. They do not care.
Tonight, New Jack, let me introduce myself. I'm the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn. I did not get the nickname ticking time bomb for walking old ladies across the street. I didn't get that same nickname for being such a nice guy. But I got that name because I'm a bomb and I will blow up any minute. And tonight, come here. Me and you have issues, but now we have a common issue. And it's New Jack and Murder One. So guys, when you bring the violence, bring all you got. Because you're gonna need it, because this crazy psychopath and this psychotic. Me and you, we'll settle our differences later.
World Junior Heavyweight Championship title defense. And we've got it here at NWA Wildside, putting it on the line. And the fact that Lopez, in his infinite selfish wisdom, believes the fact that he is the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ, therefore he is prime contender for the World Junior Heavyweight Champ, which is, I think, is a good argument, which I believe is
It's a damn good argument.
It's Lopez's first ever good argument.
Compare the previous NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champions to the previous NWA Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champions.
You are correct, sir.
Okay, enough said.
I know, but it's so rare that Lopez is right that I'm just kind of amazed. If you know what I'm saying to you, my friend.
Well, lightning can't strike twice.
That's true.
Sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Waistlock by the original XTC Jimmy Rave. Drop toe hold, counter by Jeremy Lopez. Float over into a front chancery, displaying his excellent mat wrestling background, but Jimmy Rave going toe for and counters there with a hammer lock.
Everybody knows about Jeremy Lopez's wrestling background. It's peerless. It is peerless. In this country or in Japan, Jeremy Lopez is, forgive the old cliche, but the force to be reckoned with in the junior heavyweight ranks.
I just thought he was peerless because nobody in the back liked him.
Well, nobody in the back likes him. But then again, it's also when you're the champion, you're also a marked man. You're the target of a lot of jealousies.
No pun intended.
We'll have to rewind the tape for that one.
Kind of like your jokes.
That's it.
Test of strength by Lopez and Rave. Arm drag counter into a cross arm breaker. And he's got full extension. Lopez is in the ropes. Andrew Thomas is signaling for the break. Jimmy Rave complies with the standards of the rules. Arm drag takeover by Jimmy Rave. Deep arm drag. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And he is hanging on there.
And this time, Lopez is in the middle of the ring, unable to get those legs, those long, rangy legs, and now just wink winker on those ropes.
Well, when you're as tall as Jeremy Lopez, it's amazing you don't play in the NBA.
That's true. But then again, too, I mean, Lopez, his gifts, obviously not in his size, but they're pretty much in everything else. A very talented guy who thinks way too highly of himself. But when in a position to show what he's got, he's shown plenty. Hell, he was the junior heavyweight champion of Wildside for half a year, 6+ months. He pulled that one off. Yeah, he did his share of chicanery, but there's also a lot of pure talent involved there, too. And that's about as many nice things as I'm going to say about Jeremy Lopez in this match, I promise.
Jimmy Rave seemingly using an Anderson family tactic here in this matchup. He's working on one body part and he's sticking with it. Now, the arm of Jeremy Lopez, and the finishing maneuver, coincidentally, of Jeremy Lopez is that elevated double underhook DDT, which he has to use the arms. You take out the arms, you can't get you into finishing moves. And it definitely affects the mat game of Jeremy Lopez as well, which he strongly excels in. As a matter of fact, is probably his strongest suit.
That it is, but Jimmy Rave knows Jeremy Lopez all too well. I think out of all the athletes in the Wildside dressing room, I believe Rave knows Lopez better than anybody here.
Probably.
And obviously a bit of a show of respect from Lopez there, which I didn't anticipate. Like Lopez is going, not obviously addressing this match with wild abandon. Wrestling Jimmy Rave, you got to wrestle him intelligently.
And we've talked about the progression of offensive style of Jimmy Rave. Started out more as a high flyer, much like Tony Mamaluke, actually. And he's modified his ring style to prolong his career, because at a high-risk pace, when you get concussion after concussion and you're run over by automobiles and you get your head slammed into the ground repeatedly after missing big dives to the outside, you might want to rethink your game plan. Jimmy Rave learned from wrestling the likes of Tony Mamaluke, feuded with him, had a hell of a match with him, actually, the I Quit match at Hardcore L 2002 back in March, which you can own exclusively on Wildside Home Video. I'm sure Jimmy Rave learned a thing or two about mat wrestling from Mamaluke in that encounter.
Oh, wise career advice from Dan the Dragon Wilson, too. And the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion tying up the left arm of the NWA World Junior Heavyweight. Boy, there's a lot of gold here at Wildside this week, isn't it? The gold is running amok here at the NCW Arena.
Actually, it's in the corner and it's not moving, but
oh, I'm being a little descriptive. Sorry to get in the way.
You're not allowed to do that.
My bad.
Back elbow by Jeremy Lopez.
Dock my pay, will you?
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rave forearm to the back.
Mule kick. Ugh. Into the nether regions.
Couple of clotheslines from Jimmy Rave. Not often you see him throwing power moves, but against Jeremy Lopez, you can do that. Roaring elbow by Jerlo.
And the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion now just suffered a baseball slide courtesy of the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jeremy Lopez. These guys mean business once again this week on Wildside.
Lopez into the ring, lateral press, holding both shoulders to the mat, but it's not enough to keep the heart of young Jimmy Rave down. Jimmy Rave, the story of the boy that became a man here in NWA Wildside. He's now standing proud as a man that holds the NWA World Junior Heavyweight title, which he won in a three-way dance from Rocky Reynolds. Jeremy Lopez was the third participant in that match at Freedom Fight 2002, and you can own that exclusively on Wildside Home Video. P.O. Box 941787, Atlanta, Georgia. All checks or money orders payable to Show Business Inc. Rave goes for the shining insecurity. Jeremy Lopez ducks it and counters with a step over a toe hold face slide, known here in the States as the STF.
And Lopez is trying to fold Jimmy Rave in half the wrong way. Rave is trying not to buy it and reaches that bottom rope in order to break that hold. Lopez not too eager to break that. Lopez showing a little bit of frustration so far. However, his title belt is not on the line this week, conveniently enough. Mercy.
Rave dumped upside down. Inverted tarantula by Jeremy Lopez.
Painful move, however, it's a move that can only go on for a 5 count before you must break it, or you risk disqualification.
That's actually more of an elevated Boston Crab there on the ropes. So kind of combining two maneuvers there.
And if you ever had your Boston Crab elevated, you know how painful that can be.
Roll up by Jimmy Rave. Lopez kicks out. Schoolboy, Jimmy Rave. Very close to a pinfall victory there over Lopez. Irish whip reversal. Rave going for a spinning head scissors. No, it takes him all the way over into a crippler crossface.
However, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of this championship matchup right after this. Hang with us.
Wrestling fans, we are back. You're watching NWA Wildside. In the ring right now, the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship is at stake. Jeremy Lopez, the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, taking on Jimmy Rave, the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. Jeremy Lopez drops Rave square on his gourd with a brainbuster.
And Lopez slowly makes his way over to cover Jimmy Rave. Rave gets his shoulder up. Once again, I'm amazed at the quality of the athletes here week after week with all the punishment that they endure, and they're still able to get a shoulder up or break up those pin attempts. God bless them. Where do they get it from?
The prizes they are fighting for, and pride is one of them. Jeremy Lopez now insultingly ripping the shirt off of the back of Jimmy Rave and choking him with it.
Lopez is beginning to lose it. With all the wrestling smarts that Jeremy Lopez has, he's beginning to lose it and going for blatant chokes and kicking and punching. Not exactly part of the Lopez M.O., at least in recent days.
Well, you know, Lopez was been known several times to resort to any low trick in the book. And now showing he's still not above that. But Jimmy Rave counters that. Northern Lights bomb by Jimmy Rave.
Can Rave cover Lopez? It's just inches away. Oh, once again, a fraction of a second away from Rave retaining his World Junior Heavyweight Championship status. All it takes is 3 seconds, albeit consecutive ones.
Shoulder tackle into the corner. Well, they always say any man is 3 seconds away from being beaten at any given time. Jimmy Rave to the outside. Nails Lopez with a punch. Close fist right to the face.
Well, Lopez is wobbling around.
Rave going for the gravity killer here. Tornado DDT. Lopez shrugs him off. And Jeremy Lopez, so he's going to go for a double under, a DDT off the top. And he hangs on, dropping Rave on his head.
You run the risk of serious ligament damage by pulling that one off.
And a tiger driver. We could have a new champion.
Mercy, no! Rave gets a shoulder up. After that incredible sequence of maneuvers from the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ.
Jimmy Rave showing how tough he is. He's shown it time and time again.
He is World Championship material. It's proven.
I do not believe he kicked out of that, dropped it right on his head, and then a tiger driver again. Jimmy Rave, there's the gravity killer. There's the gravity killer.
Hell, I guess after being hit by a car, everything else is elemental. Rave is on top of Lopez. Oh, my God. Lopez gets his shoulder up.
Jeremy Lopez impressing me here.
Once again, a series of near falls. When you have World Championship titles at stake here, and Jimmy Rave's World Junior Heavyweight belt is at risk. The guys are bringing their A games. And now it's an A slap fest. Oof.
Bare-chested chops aplenty. Reversal. Boot to the midsection by Lopez. Going for the elevated DDT, and Rave goes square on his head once again. This is over. Rave's foot is on the ropes.
Those long gangly legs of Rave to his advantage on those bottom ropes.
Lopez is beside himself. And now going to the goal.
No, Lopez is now desperate. He's dusted off practically every move in his repertoire. And now is bringing in the belt, risking disqualification. He's not going to win the World Junior Heavyweight Championship this way at all.
Going for a brainbuster on the belt. Rave rolls him up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match is still World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jimmy Rave.
Never discount the element of surprise. Apparently Jeremy Lopez did just that. And just as Lopez thought things were going his way, Jimmy Rave did the oldest tricks in the book. Rolled Lopez up tighter than a ball and pinned the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ.
Jimmy Rave retains. Coming up next, fans, it's your main event, and it's a huge one. representing the NWA Elite, the Soul Assassin Rainman, teams with the returning John Phoenix to take on NWA TNA X-Champion, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles, and the new NWA Wildside Heavyweight Champion, all that Adam Jacobs. You better not go anywhere.
It's next. That is, seeing Adam Jacobs being well-liked by and well-loved by everybody here at the arena. But that's what it is. Jacobs and Styles, oh, pair of swift kicks onto Phoenix and Rainman.
When you turn your back on Jeff G. Bailey, it's easy to make friends.
Fairly so. Ooh.
Jacobs and Styles went for a pair of Hurricane Ranas, but were countered with a stereo pair of power bombs.
Phoenix throwing out AJ Styles. Oh, God. Phoenix thinking better of that move. Oh, good night, nurse.
Arabian press to the outside by John Phoenix. And he's brawling with AJ Styles. The returning John Phoenix, member of Suicidal Tendencies. Phoenix coming off the ropes. John Phoenix, picture perfect tope con hilo to the outside.
And AJ Styles, the TNA X-Champion, crumbles in a heap. But it's Adam Jacobs and Rainman mixing it up. Tag 2. The returning John Phoenix, good night, and gets met by a fist right to the mush.
All that Adam Jacobs, the brand new Wildside Heavyweight Champion. He turned his back on Jeff G. Bailey when he decided he wanted to become his old man, his own man. He was not going to be held back by the Elite. He was not going to lay down for Rainman in the War Games match. Now Jacobs brings Phoenix, his former tag team partner. These two men held the Wildside Tag Team title together. AJ Styles, Acai Moonsault.
With an assist from the Wildside Heavyweight Champ Jacobs. Not enough to pin the returning John Phoenix.
And for you fans that saw NWA TNA's pay-per-views, AJ Styles, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
As of this taping.
With Jerry Lynn, defeated the Rainbow Express for those titles. Also defeated Jerry Lynn, his tag team partner, for the X title. AJ Styles is cleaning house in NWA TNA, but he still has to worry about his opponents here in Wildside, and John Phoenix is coming to bring it to his former rival. John Phoenix, one of the few men to hold a pinfall victory here in Wildside over Styles. Beautiful crescent kick by John Phoenix.
Oh, down goes the phenomenal AJ Styles, who's not feeling too phenomenal at the moment.
And all the controversy surrounding the departure of Jason Cross, Jeff G. Bailey went to the horse's mouth. The man that trained Jason Cross, the originator of the running shooting star press, the Suicidal Tendencies captain, John Phoenix. Now Rainman, the Soul Assassin, is in the ring. And all that Adam Jacobs, the man that he refused to lay down for.
Oh dear. Oh! A forearm right to the face of Rainman from the phenomenal AJ Styles, once again with an assist from Adam Jacobs. And in comes the new Wildside Heavyweight Champ. And just like that, tides can turn.
Well, you know, Jeff G. Bailey promised Rainman was the hand-picked champion of the NWA Elite, and Adam Jacobs obviously took exception to that. He was already playing second fiddle to Jason Cross, and as a man with longer tenure in the Elite, felt he was basically getting screwed, so he rolled Rainman up and he pinned him. He didn't lay down for him. And he became the Wildside Heavyweight Champion by defeating AJ Styles, the man he keeps. He earned Styles respect, and that's not an easy thing to do. Jacobs comes down hard on Rainman. John Phoenix with a spin kick to the face.
Incredible. Sometimes you think Jacobs has eyes in the back of his head, but he doesn't have it 24/7. And Phoenix was in the right position to take out his former friend Jacobs.
Ooh, Rainbuster by Phoenix.
I mean, at one time we were kind of excited to see John Phoenix back in the ranks of Wildside, but once again, hoping to stick with his former friend, Adam Jacobs, instead of Jeff Bailey's NWA Elite.
Well, as an athlete, I'm always excited to see John Phoenix in a wrestling ring. But when he's aligned with Jeff G. Bailey, I can't help but take a little bit of that back. AJ Styles trying to get in the ring. He's not the legal man, and Rainman clocked him, and he knows what a temper the Gainesville, Georgia native has.
Unfortunately, Adam Jacobs being double-teamed by Rainman and Phoenix.
Rainman came strong out of Freedom Fight 2002 until he met Jacobs. He bloodied up Rick Michaels in one of the most heinous bloodbaths we've ever seen, and then he pinned him with a spine splitter off the top. Butt bomb by Rainman.
However, all that Adam Jacobs, pin attempt by Rainman. Adam Jacobs with that.
Phoenix is on the top. John Phoenix, what a splash off the top rope. and he looks as if he hasn't missed a beat.
He sure has, but the fact remains John Phoenix has been away from Wildside for pushing a year. Yeah.
To the date. He made his return on the night he left. Freedom Fight. The War Games.
I mean, sure, you would figure there would be some ring rust there, but none seems to be at all evident with John Phoenix.
In last year's War Games, in this last match, Jacobs and Phoenix were on the same team. John Phoenix took the super kick and countered with a baseball slide to the knee. What quick thinking. And look at the Soul Assassin. Look at the Soul Assassin closing in on his prey. He's got Jacobs up in the air. Good grief. The Dark City Suplex. 2 count only.
Rainman is going to town on the new Wildside heavyweight champ. Fists are flying in the face of all that Adam Jacobs. And things are not looking too promising for the team of Styles and Jacobs at all this week in your main event on NWA Wildside.
John Phoenix chucks Adam Jacobs, his former best friend and tag team partner, to the outside.
Oh, God, Jeff Bailey putting the boots now.
Jeff G. Bailey to get him some.
He's going to get some.
AJ Styles is going to get him some, all right.
Mercy. Did Jacobs just clock Bailey, or Bailey get away from most of that?
Styles and Rainman having words on the outside.
Well, Bailey's still standing. We ought to thank his lucky stars for that.
I don't think he actually got out of the way of that shot by Styles. If Styles did catch him, which I didn't really see, he didn't get a lot of him, obviously. AJ Styles' punch packs a lot more power than that.
Yeah. Bailey's one greasy individual, both physically as well as mentally. Rear chinlock applied by John Phoenix. We got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of your main event this week on the Wildside right after this.
Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You're watching NWA Wildside. All that Adam Jacobs and AJ Styles taking on Rainman and John Phoenix. This is your main event tag team grudge match. John Phoenix, running, shooting, star press. He is the originator of that maneuver.
Apparently, that being the originator of that maneuver is not particularly sufficient to impress AJ Styles, running in time to break up that pin attempt. And now a blatant choke from Rainman onto the new Wildside heavyweight champ, away from the eyes of Speedy Nelson.
Phoenix has been an unpredictable athlete in many accounts. He's had several variables. He's used his finishing maneuver, so you don't know really what to look for. He's used super kick on occasion. He's used a 450 splash, a running shooting star press, as well as a dragon suplex. It was the dragon suplex that he pinned AJ Styles with in their last one-on-one encounter. Lateral press by Rainman, but Adam Jacobs kicks out. Rainman's lackadaisical cover did not help that effort.
But interestingly, I mean, both Rainman and John Phoenix are tag team pros, but they have never teamed together before. And that could very well be an issue, a chemistry issue in this matchup.
Both men former Wildside Tag Team champions. Both men excel in the Wildside Tag Team division. Both men excelling as singles competitors now in NWA Wildside. But will they mesh? And they're meshing quite well right now.
Can't argue with success, and if you're tallying up this match with points, there's definitely more with Phoenix and Rainman.
John Phoenix comes off the ropes. Jacobs ducks a clothesline. Jacobs off the ropes. Signature swinging neckbreaker there by the Wildside heavyweight champion.
Both these athletes are hurting, but I dare say Adam Jacobs needs to make the pin. Needs to make the tag immediately. He's only a few feet away from the tagging hands of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Bingo.
Jacobs rolls through. Styles is in House of Fire. Clothesline. All over the ring. AJ Styles is taking heads. He's got Phoenix up. He's got Phoenix up. There's the cliffhanger. Cliffhanger by Styles. Styles, he ducks. There's a Styles face buster. John Phoenix measures, but Styles ducks a clothesline. And AJ Styles knocks John Phoenix in the dirt with that one.
Boy, I dare say AJ Styles is the clothesline master this match here.
Putting Stan Hansen to shame is AJ Styles in this one. Styles throwing kicks, but Rainman ducks the third one. He can't duck that chop. In the ring, Jacobs and Phoenix are fighting. Speedy Nelson goes down. There's the spine splitter by Rainman.
The referee way too close to the action, being taken out of the game here, which would normally be an opportunity for the NWA Elite to capitalize on.
Superplex almost a super fisherman buster. Andrew Thomas is in. Speedy Nelson's in.
They're both making the... But wait a second. It looks like Jacobs and Phoenix both had their shoulders down on the mat.
Well, AJ Styles and Rainman goes hard into the barricade. We don't know who won the match. What's the official decision? Someone's shoulders were counted to the mat, and only the officials will know.
Well, what's it going to be? Well, Andrew Thomas is in. Andrew Thomas is patting John Phoenix on the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the team of John Phoenix and Rainman, AJ Styles and all that Adam Jacob.
Now, wait a second. The ref, good heavens! Phoenix just... Oh, boy. That didn't take long. Looks like we have two tag team winners here in this matchup.
Well, it was a double pin, and I guess that's where the decision's going to stand.
Yeah, that both tag teams won. There's no other way to describe it, but both tag teams actually won that match.